Okay, so it is Friday night, and this is going to be different than usual. I am in Rooms of Wonder, and I am using Polychromos. One thing, they're the only pencils I have with me. I am not at home. I am sitting in the floor of a motel room with my phone balanced up on a nightstand. So what you get is what you get today, y'all. Yeah, we'll get into that more in just a minute. I want to go over how I decide what colors go where in a picture. And I'm just going to have to wiggle this around as best I can. Normally, I will look at a page first and pull what I need for like some of the greens. Okay, so I have pulled number 171 and number, oh, it's bright in here, 266. So like a grassy green and an apple green or something like that. Just something that gets you two different shades. And I'm going to come in and just do these areas. Okay, so while I'm doing this, what's going on? We actually have no air conditioning. And yes, we live in Central Texas, and yes, it's been over 100 degrees all week. Our low has been about, what, Daryl, 82 degrees at night, overnight? And that usually is about 5 a.m. the next morning. So we spent the first night in our own house just because I'm stubborn that way. But we also, I don't think I totally realized that it was out. My husband did, I didn't. So we had two oscillating fans, a ceiling fan, he had his CPAP machine, I had the air purifier and ceiling fan, did I already say that? Anyway, so it was breezy, but it wasn't really cool. And then the next morning, they came out and checked, and they're like, oh yeah, your Freon is like down to just very little. And I'm thinking, oh great, I know what Freon runs. And then, now I'm going to the darker green. And just pick whether you want to do the inside or the outside and stick with that all the way through. So I'm going to do the inside. So then after multiple tests, they said, oh, by the way, it's an outside coil. So then we're like, oh, okay, good. What's this mean? So they thought they had the part in because it's a train. It is a good unit. But yeah, we're still no AC. Don't know when it's coming. The part is on order, but it's like the right hand and left hand not talking to itself sometimes. So it's just discouraging mainly. But we were supposed to keep our granddaughter for 2 days. So, I mean, we just spent the night at her house and kept her right there at her own place. Now I'm going back with my lightest shade and blending. And so that did make that easier. But you know, when you stay anywhere, my husband came up with a rule long ago. If you stay anywhere for more than 2 days, if it's any way possible, you need to be scarce on the third. Don't overstay your welcome. So we decided we did not really have a Valentine's because I was sick with the flu. So we decided that we would get a motel. Now I'm gonna have to go out some for you to be able to get this one. So we decided to get a motel and just pretend it's Valentine's. So that's kind of what we're doing. So I will go through this page doing everything in the green, and then I'll look and say, okay, what's next? Are there apples? Do they need to be red or yellow? Are there bananas? Are there grapes? Are there cherries? And there are some cherry balls right up above where I'm working right now. So that would be next. You know, that's definitely going to be a red. Then there's some tulips. There's daisies. There's some sort of a braided bottle. cover on it is. So I would probably do that in a brown. There's a canister set. Let's go back and look at all the different things that are on this page. Well, like I said, you're gonna get what you get today, folks. So there's that, okay? So when I look, I see that this is cherry, so this is probably all gonna be cherries. This looks like orange slices, so I would do all of that as orange slices. This is strawberries, so go ahead and do that in your reds. Go through and do the things that you feel like have to be a certain color first. Then go back through and use the triangle. Okay, in your kitchen, you probably have, like, my sink is here, my stove is here, my refrigerator's here. It makes a triangle. If you think about your kitchen, okay, well, we're gonna do a big triangle here. So whatever color I use here, I will probably, like if these flowers are purple, I might make something up here purple. Maybe this background is purple and the flowers are yellow. Then I would go down over here and something in one of these two or this one would be purple. That way I've got my triangle worked out. These little hearts are going to be red, so are these cherries. So then I would come either down here or here and have that triangle going on. Although now that I'm looking, I'm going to have red here for the strawberries. So my triangle is this way. Work in 3s and 5s. Once you get over 6, it doesn't necessarily, whatever that word is, matter what the count is. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn the book. I know. There you go. At least you can see me coloring them. So when I do my strawberries, I am going to pull number 219, deep scarlet red. And then I'm going to go with this deep color. It's going to be dark red, 225. So what I try to do when I'm doing a red is do something that's going to be lighter. And you can even add like your little white area that's on some of the strawberries. Don't feel like you have to color them all the same, you know? But do that and then come back in. See here, I can go right across there. Oh, I bet that was supposed to be a leaf. Oh well, it's all right, I'll color over it later with the green. So what I'm saying though is work in those triangles and it will help you to have a more balanced picture. And see here, just that little bit of dark is letting those strawberries look like they're sunken down into that bowl. And by going over the back here, it pushes these to the back of the bowl. All right. While we've got that going, is there any way I can let you see the cherries? This is really awkward because I'm having to go up and look at the phone and then look at the picture. I hope y'all are enjoying this video. Not just laughing at me either. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. Yeah. And I'm going to do these all in the wrong color. That's the dark. Grab the lighter of the two and go all over. Yeah, I probably just should have skipped the video, but I've gotten in such a habit of doing 2 a week that I really didn't want to skip it. And I really wanted to do the video today for tomorrow of the paint markers, because those did come in and the guy was so good about sending me replacement, not just replacement, but a whole new set, because 3 of them had leaked. So very good company. It's the Hippie Crafter. So I will probably have that up and ready for you on Wednesday. So that was the lighter shade. Then the darker shade, remember, anything that is really tucked further behind, anything we want to make look a little darker or recessed or anything like that. Okay, so just do all that. Yeah, this is the same motel we stayed at when we had our floors done, and we just could not stay because of all the dust. And we walked over to a little Mexican restaurant that was across the parking lot, and I thought, well, I don't know about walking as hot out as it is, but we were going to do that, and lo and behold, it's gone. Our little restaurant is gone. Okay, so then there's that. Now we're going to zoom back so you can see what we've got going on here. Again, my apologies, but this is just the way it is for today. Just the way it's going to be. This is a lovely teal nightstand. All right, so I've got red. So now you know, okay, I'm gonna do those heart. I really wanna do those hearts pink though. So I may go red like down here on this picture or something. I do know that I want the red hearts, or the pink hearts rather. So I am going to grab, I have a number 129. It's Pink Madder Lake. So just a pink. And then I've got a red. It's alizarin crimson 226. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit all of these with the pink. And I think you've probably seen me do hearts before. Really get the tops done really well. And then I'm going to let it go to lighter to the dark. So across the bottom area is going to be the darker parts. I feel like my voice keeps changing too. If I'm down here low, I'm like by the nightstand in the bed, there's a solid frame. And then when I lift up to look to see in the camera, it echoes around some. So, yeah. All right, so there's that. Then I would choose something else maybe in the pinks. I might do something down here in the pinks and then over here in the red, or vice versa, and it'll kind of be 5. And then I've got some purples. I do like a good purple, and I have number 138, which is violet. And then I've got 249, which is mauve, which always surprises me because to me, that is purple. Okay? Now, what I want to do are these tulips up here. So, right there. That's the best I can do. Don't forget, on your phone, I've got an Android phone, and I can actually push my fingers down and pull, and it zooms in. So that, or you know, put it up on your TV screen. We've talked about that before too. But I'm just doing that purple in there for these tulips. I could have done yellow, I could have done orange, I could have done red. You know, it just depends on what you're looking for. So get those done. And then if I have a whole lot more green to do, I may change to another shade of green, just to give me 2 shades. Now we've talked about what's tucked behind. So these petals way back here are going to be darker. Okay, and then up the sides, That's going to be a little darker, and I can really make it dark at the base. See how that makes it appear to be further back? So get that done. Oh, this motel room is nice and cool. Oh. You just don't know till you live in Texas with no heat, y'all. You just don't know. All right. Our daughter offered us to come stay with her too, but she just doesn't have the amount of room either. But our kids are so good to us. Alrighty, and we are at 15 minutes, so I am going to keep going. I'm just curious as to what y'all would like to see done. Let's see, these are the things that go through my brain though when I'm coloring, and often y'all have asked, how do you know? So let's see, y'all know I love a good teal. So I have pulled 156. It is cobalt green, okay? And then I pulled 155, which is actually helio turquoise. So let's do this. Now, what is across on the color wheel from the teal? I just happen to have my little color wheel here. So if I look and I see teal and I go across, it's going to be that red orange. So I'm thinking right here, up at the top. Well, let's see if I can get you up there. Then use your fingers. Spread that open if you need to. Actually, I'm going to let my phone hang off the side and hope that doesn't fall. How's that? Okay, so I'm going to come through here, and I'm going to plan on using a paint marker over the top or a Posca pen. So I am going to just do this and not worry if I do happen to get into any of the dots, because I know, well, I really got into that flower. Yeah, maybe if I keep y'all further away, you don't see all the messes I make. But anyway, so I don't have to worry as much, because I know that those coloring materials will cover whatever mistakes I make with the pencils. Now, that's not to say I need to just haul off and be, you know, really messy, but it does mean that it's a little bit more forgiving. Okay? And when I do a final flip through of this book, you'll be able to see what I did everything in on this page. I'm really excited to finish this book. It is the first one that I had gotten that I had actually went out and bought myself. That was Johanna's, and I got it because it had craft rooms, sewing machine room, and origami room, and it just really excited me, and I've stuck with it. So now I'm coming in with the darker of the two shades, and this isn't just for coloring this page. You can apply this technique to any page that you're coloring. You know, you want to make sure if it's a rounded object that you're doing the sides. That makes the sides look like they're a little more rounded or curved. You saw me do the top and bottom of the handle. That's going to make that look a little bit more dimensional. Okay, see there? So now it looks like it's kind of curved around. Same thing on the other side. Get that color in there. No heavy-handedness here. I'm trying to keep it kind of light and airy. Most of you know that I am heavy-handed when it comes to coloring, and I just don't want this to be a solid mass of color. And then on this, the actual spout down here would be darker because this would be shadowing it. And then right here would be darker because of this lid being there. Okay. There we go. And then I can come back with my lighter shade and blend all of that. Got it? It's not hard. It just takes time. But if you'll give the time to it, it'll be worth it. You know, we do the same thing when we're doing a candy cane. We go around the edges so that it looks like it's rounded. Same thing with a coffee cup, a ball, anything that's curved and rounded. Okay? Now, how are we doing? We are at 21 minutes. Okay, I wish y'all could answer me and tell me what you wanted to see. Let's see. Down here, this little fabric piece. Let's look at that for a minute. We're gonna say maybe this is grape jam. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna zoom in because I can. I am going to take and do this all in the purple. Now let's say we only have 2 purples, but we want to do the fabric and the jar in purple, but we don't want them to be the same. All right, so I did a kind of light coat. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm doing a heavier coat. Can you see the difference? All right. I'm going to come and do heavier across the base and up this side, up the other side, and then blend. So that looks kind of rounded. Then I've got to do under the lip here. Under that edge of fabric would leave a little shadow. Then I'm going to come in with my second purple. Okay, what was that? That was actually number 138 violet. And then my other one is the 249 mauve. Same colors we used earlier. Now with the mauve, I'm going to come in. See where it dips up? That's where I'm going to put my little zigzag bit. That will help it to look a little bit like a ruffle. Okay? And then I'm going to do the little tie piece there. And then I am going to go ahead and do some more right down here, just to kind of give it more of a base that it's sitting on. And then hopefully that's enough that it looks like fabric and a jar. The other thing I can do, which I cannot do right now because I don't have it out, I can use white and go around this middle area, and that'll make that look a little bit more like it's popped out. Okay? Well, y'all, I think that's it. I know, 24 minutes, but you know what? You almost didn't have anything. So pray that our air is back soon. We were supposed to have a church party Sunday afternoon. Yeah, that's gonna have to be moved to somebody else's house for that potluck. But the in-laws are doing good. Everybody else I think is doing pretty good right now. So no other news there, but leave your comments. Let me know what you would like to see colored. I do think I'm gonna be doing the paint markers next. God willing, we're back home. So anyway, Other than that, I really don't have anything. Just mainly wanted to show you how to work in your triangles with color. So like I've done purple and purple here. I will probably do something down here in the purple. It may even be these flowers, but I'm going to wait until I pull my yellows, because you know yellow and purple are across each other in the color wheel. So if I do these little flowers in purple, the background is going to be in yellow. I'm going to do the yellow first, because if I streak yellow into the purple, it's going to grab purple across the yellow. If I accidentally go into the yellow with the purple, it's not going to go anywhere. It's just going to go into the edge. All right? Okay, thanks for hanging out with me. Not quite what either one of us expected, but it just is. I will see y'all back on hopefully Wednesday. Hopefully. All right. Have a good week. Be safe. Bye.